Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Suit Breakdown. Today we're looking at the MSN-00100 Hyaku Shiki, piloted by Quattro Bajeena. This is a really fun suit to use, I think, that has a lot more tricks than I think people will really recognize. You have your basic shot, 6 charges on it, not too bad at all. Decent damage, and you can fire it from behind, which people will not expect, which is very nice. Has good tracking, as most basic shots do, and you recharge it by pressing square. Again, like most of the Zeta units, which allows you to kind of just pop off shots as much as you like. You have the charge variant, which is the stronger shot, which does lock you into place, but as you can see, can also be used to dodge things sometimes by not moving further because it stops your movement. And you can charge it even when you're out of rounds, and it will still fire, which is very, very nice. You have the cannon, which has flak on it as well if you are not close enough, which means sometimes you will hit even if you might not have hit otherwise. Did not want to get locked into place there. The O is a tricky suit to go up against. It is a solid projectile, which means it will still break through other projectiles and do direct damage, which is very nice. Your burst is the particle cannon, the mega particle cannon, which you can maneuver, powered up by the Methus from Fa there. You also have access to it at all times on a charge, and you can move it. It does very good damage going into a down. This means that you have it twice. You have the basic version of it, and you have the burst version of it, which means you have 2 Garobis basically whenever you want them. The burst variant obviously is harder to get a hold of, but still very, very strong. I want to show off the flak aspect of this if I can. There's the physical projectile. Hits, does some really good damage. And we can, of course, be ready for when he tries to come up with the double Garobi, just like so, which is very, very nice. As we go into the second match, we'll show off the melee, one of which is a dedicated stun, and we'll show off the strikers. But just going into the second match, we ask, should you play the Hyaku Shiki? If you are somebody who loves ranged, the Hyaku Shiki is an incredible suit for range. The 2 Garobis that it already has, the flak shot that it has, and the ability to shoot behind itself, plus having that dedicated stronger shot that you can pull off, the quick reload by just hitting square again. The Hyaku Shiki is such a good ranged unit. Its melee kit is pretty solid too. The last range thing that it has is the ability to call in Apple and Roberto as the Rick Diaz squad, and they will stay with you for a little while. You actually have them for a while, and every time you fire, they will also fire. Until I believe they fired 6 shots and they will leave. They will also eventually just leave with time. Basic melee there, very, very good. Has a pop-up, which allows you to knock them up into an additional attack, which is very strong. You have back melee, which, if you can hit with it, is a guaranteed stun. Very, very handy. And as you can see, Apple and Roberto, the Rick Diaz team, recharge pretty quickly, actually. You have side melee. Oh, no. You have side melee, which is pretty good. And you have forward melee, which, as usual for this character, is a kick. It's very short range, and you can get punished for it. But if you are in melee, and you can pull it off, it's pretty good, actually. It's decent damage. That short range is probably going to get you in trouble more than it pays off. That's the forward melee from the dash. I called it neutral melee earlier, and that was incorrect. But if you can get it, it lets you follow up with another melee combo, which is very nice. The Hyaku Shiki is just a really powerful suit. Between all the different options it's got, the flak, as you saw there, the shot actually had just reached the end of its range, and the flak finished him off. It has a ton of variance for being able to answer almost anything that your enemy brings to you. Oh no, he dodged my Garobi. Oh, he's hit me. That's okay, I have a second Garobi. He hit me before I could get it off. That's okay, I have the flak. Oh, he hit me again. That's okay. The Garobi didn't actually finish firing. He knocked me out of it. All right, I have my melee options. I still have my flak, and I have my basic shot. Rick Diaz team is already back. It's just got so many options that I think it'd be a shame not to try it if you're somebody that enjoys playing around with different suits and enjoys maybe messing around with some range kits. We're about to lose if we're not careful here, all because I'm trying to talk. But the Hyaku Shiki is such a good unit. We're dead. Oh, we get that extra. This is the last thing I wanted to show off. You actually get a second life that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise, because you get to be anime accurate, and we won the day. The Hyaku Shiki is so good. Now, for that to trigger, you have to be the one that dies when you're crossed over, not your teammate. But still, very, very powerful. I forgot to show off the melee. There's a melee charge that lets you fire off the jet that he's standing on there. I can't remember the name of it right now, and I'm going to get hounded in the comments for it. But the Hyaku Shiki is a great unit with a ton of options. Let me know your thoughts on the Hyaku Shiki in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the Hyaku Shiki has to offer.